Dude, you know what I keep having this vision of happening with everything we talked about. The ballots come in, it turns out Trump's lose, but he doesn't want to acquiesce power. And then all these militias that have been lying in sleep show up at the fucking White House. Like a 1,000,000-man march type of shit. With their guns and shit. And you know what that's called, Johnny?
What?
That's called a coup d'etat or a push in German. That's what the beer hall, the Munich beer hall push with what ended up getting Hitler thrown in prison, but it was the beginning. And then that's how they seized power in certain areas, is they do a push, and then suddenly they were in charge of the local government, the brown shirts. So, I don't know. It's coming, man. It's getting weird. I don't like it. It is.
Well, and these militias exist.
Yeah, exactly. And just something about the way he said that at the fucking end, dude.
Stories, able-bodied man, woman, to join Army for Trump's election security operation.
Election security operation. What
is that? We need to look into that.
Dude, I don't know.
He doesn't just say something like
that. I don't know, man. Operation...
No, it was funny though.
Well, anyway,
don't put this in the podcast.
Don't put this in the podcast.
No, let's start fresh.
Okay, all right. I really want to do the sexy voice though.
All right, then redo the sexy voice.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Entitled Millennials podcast. I have my co-host here, John Boy Wild, the man, the myth, the legend. Today we're going to be talking about Donald Trump trying to seize power post-election. We're going to be talking about our predictions regarding tonight's debate between Biden and Donald Trump, as well as AOC being the perfect woman to run one of Stalin's gulags and commit executions. Should be a fun episode. So let's jump into episode number 44. All right, Johnny. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, I have this Hunter Biden video pulled up already, but before I get into that, since we're going to be watching the debates tonight, I'm sure everybody has their predictions about how it's going to go. But if you had a vision of how you see this playing out, this first ever debate, what do you think? How do you think this is going to go? Because I'm already...
Well, okay. It depends. How much blood of the youth did they inject into Joe Biden?
Yeah.
I'm thinking a major amount, even for them. They're kind of freaked out. Biden's like off the walls. He's like punching a bag.
Yeah.
And he's just amped.
Yeah. Dude, that was the first thing I was going to say is like, how much blood of the innocent are they going to inject into his old
Something
ass?
Is going on there. It's going to happen there.
So,
I don't know.
So say they have like a super, and they probably do, like they got like a super high-tech laboratory for when they like inject the antichrome distillate and shit. And he's like in there. And they put him into like
right into his brainstem.
Yeah. So they got him in this.
1,000 children's souls are uploaded into his.
And there's like, and there's like some crazy ass like when they picture like cult shit, and there's like the powers going. It's like
Malak is like, I'm almost here.
They're like really channeling him, but so they're in this fucking like intense ass fucking facility, and they got him like plugged in, and then you got like the fucking scientists behind the glass and shit, and they're like upping the fucking CCs and shit, and he's like kind of moving and like starts to
levitate,
and like he's in a coma, but he like speaks, and it's like gradually becoming more clear, but like despite the amount of CCs of fucking innocent blood that they're giving him, it's like not, he's like, it's not quite there, the stud is still there. And then like, and there's like a gauge of like the amount of like innocent souls that can be like within this vessel, and it's like going into the red. They're like, more. Hillary Clinton's back there, give him more.
You'll kill him.
And then
Biden's like, I can take it.
And then he finally like bursts out of the thing and like rips the stuff out, and then like fucking pulls his hair back, and he's like, get me an ice cream cone.
And then he just sounds like Bernie the whole night.
Oh God, man.
But in reality, I think Trump's gonna poke at him until he explodes.
Yeah,
that would be my guess.
How he does,
but
Biden has a tendency to do that, like he did with that.
I'm sure there's something in place to make sure he doesn't go off. Biden doesn't. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's.
Well, what was this article you just sent me like not that long ago saying? Was it was it Fox or what, where they were like, the Biden campaign won't commit to like being tested for hearing pieces.
Yeah. Which obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
the thing is, I was actually talking to my girlfriend, like, could Biden, I don't think I could handle, like, in real time, someone telling me what to say as I'm debating someone. You know what I mean? And I'm coherent.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going downhill, he is. He just is. Is he really going to be able to recite what people are saying? That's not the issue. I think the issue is something's going to be said from Trump, and then someone is going to be in his ear saying, don't fucking flip out, don't fucking flip out. It's something like that.
Yeah.
But it helps, right?
So, you know.
But it's not like he's reciting what people are saying. He's not.
Okay, so we've got comments, and I know a lot of people love the Joe Biden shit talking on this on the show.
Well, how can
But we've gotten some shade thrown at us about like we're
helping Trump.
Another Biden. No, well, that obviously, but
people think I'm helping.
But
Trump.
even leftists, they're getting a little sick of our Biden shtick. But look, I'm sorry if the guy somehow by miracle becomes president. I hope you're ready for 4 more years of the entitled millennials.
Well, that's when we hold his feet to the fire,
yeah.
Don't you understand?
Yeah.
We're supposed to shut up right now.
We're going to push him left.
And then once he sees his power, he'll listen to us when we hold his feet to the fire.
Yep,
whatever
that's going to happen. That's what AOC said, and I believe her. Love AOC, but no, so, you know, there's all the jokes and shit. Obviously, the guy's not all fucking there. We've known that since day one. And we crack jokes about it all the time about him having dementia. But so, like, imagine, and here comes more Joe Biden shtick. Get ready. If you don't like it, shut it off already. There's probably already so many people shut it off in the first fucking 3 minutes. But, so imagine he's got this earpiece in, and the blood of the innocent wears off, and he starts going loopy again. He's like, oh, because they're, like, talking in his ear and shit, and he's just, like, full on fucking thinks he's hearing voices and shit. But I think you're right in one aspect of, they'll be in his ear and say they don't actually have a telecommunications piece. I'm guaranteeing they probably will. I'm guaranteeing they all fucking have that in the first place. I don't know why this is some new thing, but yeah, I think a lot of it is going to be to try to like coax him into don't freak out. But the other aspect is like how they leaked those questions to Hillary Clinton in 2016.
Yeah,
it's probably like in two. Okay, we got 2 bullshit questions coming up. It'll be real easy. Talking point. Just do that. This third one, though, is going to be a little bit more of a hitter. It's going to be about the wars and the troops in the Middle East. Trump has no idea what this question is going to be. So we're going to give you, and they're going to, like, prep him for that. Make sure you say this and, like, stuff like that. I mean, I think that's pretty normal. That's already part of the machinery, you know what I mean?
I just can't wait to hear the, come on, man. I can't wait to hear
Joe
that
Biden.
at least twice.
Yeah. Dude, I originally wasn't going to watch them until you said you were, and then you're like, do you think we can come
Well, you
over
have
here?
to watch it. It's like the Super Bowl of embarrassingness for this country. Like, what?
That's the thing, too, is like I saw the ads on like YouTube or something, and we've said this kind of stuff before, but just the way that it's like the lights and the camera and the action and the fucking makeup, and it's like
See, I haven't seen
Joe
any
Biden
ad
versus
for
Donald Trump. You haven't seen any?
No.
Oh, man. It's
thing is, I feel like it came out of nowhere. Like, I thought there would be no debate. I truly thought there would be none. And then all of a sudden, it's scheduled for today.
Yeah,
it's pretty weird.
Yeah, well, they definitely don't want people watching it. I don't
doesn't seem like
because
it.
they really haven't hyped it. And since whenever Bernie dropped out, I mean, the last couple months, I've seen one ad, and then I've seen a couple things on like streaming services.
I mean, look at how Trump has taken down every single person in a debate, and these people were competent politicians.
Dude, I don't even remember how
Biden wasn't even that competent when he was competent. That's the problem.
I know.
Like,
he's not slick. Like, say what you want about Hillary Clinton, but she's fucking slick to dummies.
But you should see some of these articles hyping it up. It's like, Biden's going to prove tonight that democracy is still here.
Yeah.
And it's like, is he?
And you can just
what
hear
the fuck is he going to do? What's
fucking
Biden going to do against Trump that...
Well, especially in these debates, like you said, there's these like hype articles.
Yeah.
Right. And one of them I saw was like, for the first time, the echo chambers are going to be dissolved and America will be able to decide. It's like, dude.
Right.
People, especially with this debate, it was maybe a little different with Hillary versus Trump. There's already some hard lines. But now, there's nobody watching that that's really got some gut-wrenching like decision inside themselves. Am I voting Biden or am I voting Trump? It's a complete hard line. Like, I literally don't even think one person, say Biden does well, one person that was a Trump supporter isn't even going to go, like, there's no way they're not going to go to him.
Biden's in the mindset of a politician of decency. Even though he's a scumbag, he has this whole concept of what it means to debate.
With the ice cream cones.
Trump's going to bring up his son.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's going to be shit that Biden is not prepared for mentally because I don't even think you could handle it if he was coherent. Mm-hmm. The fact he's going downhill, he's just going to snap.
Yeah, so we know Trump is visceral and goes for the jugular. That's what fucking won him the Republican primary, and that's in turn, I mean, popular vote.
Well, look against Hillary Clinton. The media tried to say Hillary won those debates.
I don't even remember those debates.
No, she did not.
What were some of the key points? Do you remember even?
I mean, Hillary just looked. The thing is, it's not even that what he said. It's also how she looked. It was almost the Richard Nixon JFK effect. Like, she would just have this look in her eyes, like she's so prepared, yet the shit he would say, you could tell she was like, Jesus. See, they're not used to people just saying shit,
going balls deep, like how Trump.
Because he is part of their bullshit, but he wants to win so bad, he's willing to fucking do it.
He's the definition of a demagogue, and so we know his attack plan is, like you said, going to be to prod Biden. And I'm going to try to release this.
Apparently, he hasn't. He has said, anyways, which I'm sure he's preparing. But he said he hasn't even been preparing for the Joe Biden.
I could see that, dude. He just knows. Well, dude, even those leaked phone calls and stuff where he's like afraid of Bernie, and he's like, if Biden wins, I pretty much got it.
Well, I mean, that showed that Bernie should have been the nominee, and still could have.
Yeah, so my one thing, okay, so this, I think you're definitely right there. He's going to try to poke Biden until he freaks out or discombobulates him or makes him look stupid. That's the fucking game plan.
Right.
Because it's going to just shut everything down. Anyone that was, like, maybe on the fence about Biden, if he can make him look stupid, that's it. They're going to go to Trump.
A shame your dead son isn't alive to see this.
Oh, my God.
Some shit like that. Dude, it would make Trump look bad, right? But imagine Biden's off-the-rail reaction, which would be worse. Would Trump take a risk like that? I doubt it.
That's even a little
too
steep
harsh
for Trump.
But
I would,
if he did it right, I would love to see it too, just because it's two scumbags going against each other.
You know how, like, when people get together and watch a football game and somebody does some epic shit and everyone's like, oh, it's like, if that happens, it's going to be all of us here just doing that. We're going to be like, oh my God, motherfucker.
Thing is, what if Biden does so bad, you almost like pity him and it helps him?
Oh, maybe that's their game plan. Look, Biden, we know you want to go hard and you want to show everybody your best, but we just need you to play stupid.
Yeah.
So, but the one concern I have with the Trump strategy of trying to poke him, the way that they might have the moderators and the questions oriented, they might have it like slanted to a degree where he might not be able to get away with that sort of thing. Where they
and here's the deal that Biden might not have shit handed to him. It is Fox News doing this debate.
That's the thing too,
but
for this debate at least.
I don't know if that really means anything. I mean, they're all in. I don't know. That's the thing. Is Fox super pro-Trump? They seem to be, but if there's an agenda at play, these corporate media hacks are all coinciding with each other.
On that note, who do you think the establishment, the ruling class, the smoke-filled room boys want to win if they had to choose? Do you think it's Biden?
I think it's Trump.
You do? Why do you say that?
People won't ever believe that, but...
Why do you say that?
I mean, he's done everything for them, and it's hard to explain in a lot of ways. I just think he does a lot of things for them, but he also stokes racial divide, which they've been wanting.
Yes.
And he also leads this populist thing. Like, a lot of the populism gets transferred to him.
The working class people.
Right.
Yes.
Like, if there was a typical Republican corporate scumbag, that populist movement, a lot of the Trump people would not be with them.
Yeah.
I feel like they could be persuaded more to a lefty, New Deal style liberal.
Yes.
Who's off the cuff like him, too.
Yes. I think you're right that a lot of that populist fervor that we're experiencing in the United States right now gets because like even
transferred
back in
to Trump,
2016,
but it still works in their benefit.
Yeah, because it's too stupid.
But
You convince people.
maybe
to
they want a
that.
Biden character that they can just flat out control.
Yeah,
it's hard to. I think that's the thing. I don't think it matters.
Yes, at the
It's
end
theater
of the day,
now.
at the end of the day,
It did
either
matter in
one's
the
gonna be good.
primaries.
Yes, it did big time.
That's why they
And
worked
got that.
overtime and did some major shit that looks terrible, and then they have to work overtime for months afterwards to cover up what they did.
Yeah, I think
at this point they won, no matter what. That's where I'm at.
Yep. But I do think they'll take a Biden. But I think I agree with you that they want a Trump because of the guys.
Because then they can fund the hope and change leader again, like in Obama, 4 years from now.
Yeah. Like let's milk this cow dry. But also, there's the aspect of the populist fervor that you said. We don't really get that message from Biden. That's good, and the sort of racial tension that we've seen, and I mean the outright fascist shit, like the secret police, and the talks about Trump seizing power or not letting go of power. The guys that run this bitch, the corporations that run this bitch, the smoke-filled room boys, like I was saying, this is the end game. The end game is just outright Fourth Reich. So why would they want to go back and delay that movement with Biden, other than maybe to play safe for a while so that we can do this a little more clean. Mm-hmm. But I
don't think anything's been clean the past 4 years.
No, but
feels rushed.
Yes. Yeah, I think the Bernie running again, like we talked about in the last episode, did kind of send them in a panic. They're like, fuck, I thought we clinched this, and now we have this boogeyman thing. Like, why aren't people falling in line? But yeah, I do feel that, like, why would they go back and try to do the hope and change thing if they don't need to? Or in this case, it's not even hope and change, it's return to normalcy. When they can just, like, oh shit, we already got military on the streets, we already got fucking checkpoints, we got secret police.
Right.
Why would we go back?
I would think they want to tone it up a little bit, and then they'll tone it down again.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And then
that's what I mean about,
it's a
like,
constant yin and
forth.
yang,
Yes.
but it's really not a yin and yang. It's the same thing, just lighter.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
A little more palatable. The rights get stripped away slowly until nobody fucking notices, and then it's like by the time anybody notices, it's way too fucking late.
And if you look around, there's
seeing.
Trump signs everywhere.
There is, dude. There fucking is, man. And that made me think of. Let me see if I can pull it up on our page here. This post that I put out on our Facebook page, I thought was pretty apropos, just really kind of hit me. And if you guys haven't already, go to facebook.com/entitledmillennialsnetwork/ and follow us there. Let me see if I can dig it up. Okay, so this was a tweet sent out by Anthony Oliveira. Every single day for 4 years, I've thought about how Nazi jurist Carl Schmitt, gloating that you can dismantle a democracy right in front of a liberal's face, piece by piece, and all they'll do is convene breakout sessions and committee meetings till the boots are in the hall. And I just thought that was really, I just thought that was, like, really powerful, man. Like, that's just, we've talked about that before, but it's just so on point about how, the leftists, like real leftists, socialists, anarchists, communists, they get a bad rap about being, like, too extreme and, like, militant, Antifa, fuck whatever have you. But, dude, the thing is, we just had a rigged primary. Like, we're past the point of electoral change doing anything, and this goes along with the people that are all like Biden. They got the fucking pictures, T-shirts of him with a picture of him fucking licking the ice cream cone or whatever the fuck, riding with Biden. Right. It's like, dude, this is all they're gonna do and preach all this shit. And it's like they will continue to do that. At no point will they pick up guns and fight back.
They don't fathom that they need us for the ground, like grassroots organizing. No, all they want to, they're pissed at us because we're not doing it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Why don't they do it?
Yeah, why?
They can't. They don't know what it means.
No, they don't. They just think, like, it's entitlement. And here we are, the entitled millennials, but it's like their whole attitude of the boomers. But what's disturbing to me, too, and this is on a tangent, is we talk about the boomers and the liberals and the dumbasses. And, like, in our generation, there's a lot of radicalization.
But I do want to say something,
youth,
too.
There's people in our generation that are drinking the Kool-Aid, and it's
but
fucking...
also, some of these, like, farther left people...
Yeah.
They don't get involved in the primaries either, even for someone like
That's the
Bernie, because
thing.
he's not good enough.
They're exactly.
Everyone, I'm
Exactly.
sorry, the left is just fucked. I
Yeah.
really...
Yeah, this
don't
reminds
know.
me of another meme or something that I saw where the guy was like quoting, he's like, the left, quoting some right wingers, like, the left is just in an echo chamber. And then the thing under it was like, anyone that thinks the left is an echo chamber hasn't been in the room with a bunch of leftists. And I don't mean liberals and Bernie-crats even. I mean like social democrats, socialists, communists, anarchists. The reason why communism and the workers' revolution that they wanted at the turn of the 20th century didn't work is because everyone, and this is good to a degree, but everyone had such a different vision of like how it should take in that end. And we have minorities and different
Well,
groups.
there isn't the sheep thought, like the...
Exactly, which is good, but
It's not good, though.
it's a blessing and a curse and ends up fucking us in the long run. So, fuck, we went on a real tangent there, and I guess
And we always tend to fall in line because they... I hate to use the term sheepdog because it's used by... always for Bernie, but
Yeah.
they sheepdog us always back behind like an Obama figure.
Yeah,
Somehow that always works, but we can never do it behind a figure who's actually like
full left.
not even full left. Fuck. I don't...
Or Bernie.
New Deal.
Yeah.
We can't even do the New Deal aspect. That's what makes me so sad.
Yeah, and like this is the same lesson that's happened before. I mean, that's why the Nazis got into power is the same, dude. And okay, I took some. I don't want to say shade because some of the comments were from our regular subscribers, so I won't say shade. Some critique
Yeah.
of on one of my solo videos and then the last podcast where they're like, I know you might want to use the rise of Trump, the comparison, the rise of Trump to the rise of Hitler because it's dramatic and stuff. And I respond to that, and I think I said this in the last podcast. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes.
Right.
And, dude, like, there's a lot of fucking parallels. And I'm not going to say that we're going to be full Nazi Third, Fourth Reich. I think it'll be a lot quieter than that to a degree. But it's still there of, like, we're facing the same fucking problem that they had in the Weimar Republic where there was the fucking establishment liberals convening meetings and doing shit trying to stop the rise of the fascists. Meanwhile, the leftists are out with guns and being like, what are you guys doing? These people are in brown shirts and wearing swastikas. We got to stop these fucks. And they're like, no, I know. Let us do this other hearing and then we'll go from there. Right. And it's like it's the same sort of problem we're facing now, and it's going to end up with the same type of consequences. And we're already seeing it, you know what I mean? So, but kind of going along with that, and I'm kind of going on a tangent, I'm all fucked up on that coffee, but going on with the tangent of the rise of fascism, and we discussed a lot in the last episode how Trump's talked very kind of openly, but with some doublespeak, that he might not relinquish power because of fear that it's not a legitimate election.
The mail-in ballots.
So something
But
else,
even we have expressed concerns at how weird it is we're getting these constant fucking things in the mail.
Yeah. 10 times more than, we've...
Almost to help Trump's narrative.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think
Meanwhile,
about that one.
right. We despise Trump, but he says things that are somewhat true because we are actually experiencing weird things that he's hinting at.
Yeah, that's
in a red state, so it's almost like...
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, that's some Twilight Zone a little bit there with the spooky music, man, because...
They know how to psychologically fuck with us. To a degree, it's...
Well, and that's the same sort of thing that made Alex Jones so popular, despite the real batshit shit that he said. Is there's some truth there. There's that kernel of truth. Let's fucking pump it up until it's some real fucking... We can get people to believe anything.
Right.
But, well, that's the old saying. I can't remember the exact adage, but, the best lie has the truth in it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. But, I mean, shit's getting wild, man. It's getting spooky. And we talked about Roger Stone saying that Trump should declare martial law if he loses. Trump saying I'm entitled to a third term. And now Donald Trump Jr. comes out with this video. I believe this was on Twitter, saying the sort of stuff that we're talking about. I
actually haven't heard this yet.
Yeah, that the radical left is doing this mail-in ballot shit to try to steal the election from Trump. And the audio quality is not the best on this, so I'm going to try to play it through this, and I might just end up editing it and cutting it so that you guys can watch it too if I can find the link. But we'll go ahead and try to play this here.
The radical left are laying the groundwork to steal this election from my father, President Donald Trump. They are planting stories that President Trump will have a landslide lead on election night, but will lose when they finish counting the mail-in ballots. Their plan is to add millions of fraudulent ballots that can cancel your vote and overturn the election. We cannot let that happen. We need every able-bodied man, woman to join Army for Trump's election security operation.
I mean, it's true or not. It's and I've said this. I do. They have been planning stories, but it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is exactly what's
going to happen. It's smart campaigning, too, on their part. Like, it's hard to critique Trump and be like, oh, fuck him when it comes to campaigning.
Yeah.
Because they make right moves. Meanwhile, Biden is nowhere to be seen. Like, I followed the Trump campaign and the Biden campaign.
Yeah.
The Biden campaign is almost non-existent.
I haven't seen any
It's not
ads.
even like they're trying to win.
No.
And then they go to a video of Kamala Harris speaking in a mask or Biden speaking in a mask. You can't even understand them.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And Trump he made a joke at a rally recently that Biden's going to come in wearing a mask to the debate. And Trump's like, it's going to make him feel good. It's going to make him feel good. And it's like, that
Dude,
is what it's about. It's not actually
so
about protecting people.
No, it's going to be so embarrassing. You're on a fucking stage. You're going to be more than 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Dude, if I see that,
I doubt he'll do it now. I mean, Trump made the critique.
Yeah. But
it was probably planned originally.
We need to like. So you and I have been wanting to do like some cool vacation for a while. You know how we're gonna pay for that? We're gonna get a jar and it's gonna have just tape on it. And it's gonna say the times Johnny was right.
My girlfriend wants a really good vacation too, so we should think about that.
Yeah. So if you want to support Johnny and his girlfriend's vacation, you can become a patron for as little as $3 a day. And actually now, guys, that's a good segue to kind of drop this in on you guys. We'll get back to the show. But I just set up the Discord today. So if you're a $3 or more patron, you can... Okay, yeah. So if you're $3 more patron, you can join the Discord. All of you guys that are already patrons, I think there's about 20 of you now. I sent you an email message through Patreon with the link to the Discord. Now that for security reasons, that Patreon link will become inactive after 24 hours. But if you get the message late or you watch this late and you didn't know that it was coming, just direct message me again on the Patreon. I'll get you the new Discord. So what we want to do with this Discord is we want to start getting our patrons in there. Johnny and I will probably live stream from there sometime. You can voice chat with us, and you can text chat with us all throughout the day. Send us a message like whenever you want. If you had thoughts about the show, either the solo show or the podcast, or if you want to see more content, if for next week's episode you want to have us discuss a certain topic, a period in history, doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even have to be political. We'll just drop it in the Discord, start chatting with each other, and tell us what kind of stuff you want to see in the show. And we'll try to get to everybody's messages as we can throughout the day, and we'll be sure to put that sort of content and answer those questions for you guys in the episode. So if you're not already a patron and you want to help Johnny and his girlfriend's vacation, become a $3 or more patron. All right, guys. So, and thank you already to everybody that's become a patron. We're sitting at $120 a month now, and I'd like to see it get to $200 here pretty soon. So. Join the Patreon and get that exclusive Discord link, man. Chat with everybody. So, but getting back to what we were talking about, this that video of keeps wanting to double play that video of Donald Trump Jr. The big thing with that is, he's talking about the same sort of theory that we're talking about is going to happen, which I really do think is going to happen. But the big thing is he's at the end when he's like, we need every man, woman, and child to join Operation something. Now. I'm going to get... So already that's kind of like, what the fuck? But let's get a little spooky here.
Okay.
And get conspiratorial.
Right.
What if there's like all these far alt-right groups and Boogaloo Boys, and they were like waiting for that tweet through some secret... And this is bullshit probably, but they're waiting for the... And then they all like get on their things and on their Reddits, and they're like, Operation...
I mean, that is probably happening. What's the operation?
Dude, you know what I keep having this vision of happening with everything we talked about. The ballots come in, it turns out Trump's lose, but he doesn't want to acquiesce power. And then all these militias that have been lying in sleep show up at the fucking White House. Like a 1,000,000-man march type of shit. With their guns and shit. And you know what that's called, Johnny?
What?
That's called a coup d'etat or a push in German. Like, that's what the beer hall, the Munich beer hall push with what ended up getting Hitler thrown in prison, but it was the beginning. And then that's how they seized power in certain areas, is they do a push. And then suddenly they were in charge of the local government, the brown shirts. So, I don't know. It's coming, man. It's getting weird. I don't like it.
Well, and these militias exist.
Yeah, exactly. And just something about the way he said that at the fucking end, dude.
Planting stories, every able-bodied man, woman, to join Army for Trump's election security operation.
Election security operation. What
is that? We need to look into that.
Dude, I don't know.
He doesn't just say something like that.
I don't know, man. Operation...
Jesus.
What was it? Operation Election Security? Because, dude, what if that's Operation Election Security? And, dude, that's the thing, too, is the federal government's, like, not doing anything. Oh, there's an act? Oh, my God. Election Security by Homeland Security. I don't know, man. I'm obviously not going to find anything on it on fucking Google, but I don't know, dude. It just... It spooks me out.
That's a new thought in my mind.
Oh, here's something from an S1540 Election Security Act of 2019. Sponsor was Senator Klobuchar. No shit. I'm sure it's not. Is it going to give me even the... Oh, that's the whole fucking bill. To protect elections for public office by providing financial support and enhanced security for the infrastructure used to carry out such elections and for other purposes. Yeah, it's not going to give me, it's got the whole long-ass thing of it.
I mean, I'm sure they have these... Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting.
I don't know, man.
That's a new thought in my mind.
Who knows?
A 1,000,000-man march, but it's all right-wingers.
With guns and fucking Punisher masks. We laugh and then...
No, we're in that timeline. It's probably going to happen.
It is. It is, man. We'll take a little pause here. Let me grab some coffee.
I might have a little bit as well. It almost needs to happen now.
Yeah. So, we'll do a fucking another jar for me to fund my vacation. With times Dylan
she was
right.
just she's gonna like
hey, you guys
watch
should do,
this.
you guys should do something fun. But let's see, what else do we got? I think you and I talked a little bit about this over the message group. But right now we're having an eviction crisis with everyone being out of work, the unemployment's running dry, people are, they had a moratorium for a while, it's being lifted in some places. So thousands upon thousands, if not tens of thousands of Americans are being evicted from their homes, which, just think about that for a moment. That's fucking great. But because we're in peak capitalism, late stage capitalism timeline, okay?
Wait.
What?
Might be a good time to invest in the hotel industry.
Oh, yeah.
Motel.
Motel. That's what I was going to say, man. Yeah. Or this would be a good investment, considering there's no sign that the end of days is going to end anytime soon. Mm-hmm. This may be the company for you to invest in. It's called Civil, and it's a gig worker company specializing in evictions. So if DoorDash maybe ain't working out so well for you, you can join Civil and become a licensed evictor. And you can show up to people's houses, elderly ladies, single moms with 3 kids, kick them out on their ass, and make a dividend of whatever this company makes in the process. That's the fucking society we're living in, man.
So,
think about that for a minute.
What a dangerous fucking job, though.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the thing is,
seriously,
this is a really dangerous, fucked up job. But it's that's peak capitalism is but it's a gig economy job. It's not even
supposed to be a sheriff or some shit, like a deputy?
Well, they ain't got enough law enforcement for that. There's so many people.
Though,
that's what's wild.
How are you going to show up to someone's house and tell them to get out? You have to be armed, really. You kind of do.
That's my guess. That's my guess. I wonder if I could even find more about that. Because, dude, just
Like,
imagine.
what, is a timid guy going to show up, like a door dasher, and be like, you guys got to leave?
Civil, process servers and eviction crew services. Make good money is the top thing. What we do, serve papers, property inspection, evictions, foreclosure cleanout, process server, and property preservation. Post notices, foreclosure cleanouts, eviction standby. See, let's read about this. Assist with standby extraction. Oh, we can... Hey, they got one in Albert Lea, Minnesota. So that's interesting, huh? Let's see where it leads me. Sorry if this is a little boring. It's in between. Oh, my God. Wait, why did it take me
You're
to...
allowed to carry.
Why did it take me to Hartman Law Office? That's weird as fuck. Eviction standby. Let me see. What do you guys got? Okay. This is weird. This is taking me to weird ass shit, Johnny. It's almost like somebody rigged it. Huh. I don't know, but so eviction standby. Imagine. I wonder what that's like. Because I'm guessing the sheriff would still have to show up, but you're there to do what?
Right. You're evicted. I don't know.
Like, I don't know, man. That's, this makes me think back in 2008. There was that, like, Michael Moore documentary and obviously a lot of other footage that came out of, like, people getting evicted from their homes.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine, Johnny? Like, the police showing up to kick you out of your fucking house?
Yeah, but you got to know it's coming.
Yeah, but still, like, just imagine, like, I've seen videos of them, like, battering rams the door and shit.
But
like, how can we live... How gross is it that we live in such a selfish society that's just normal? Oh, you lost your job, you can't pay your bills, you're going bankrupt because your mom has cancer. You got to get out.
Well, I actually watched one recently.
Yeah.
Of a cop doing it, and it's because of COVID stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was dark.
What was that like?
I don't know. Even the cop was like, this is fucked up, but he's a dumbass who only listens to orders, so he doesn't really fathom how fucked up it is. That's
a perfect transition into why we say ACOB. Hashtag ACOB. All cops are bastards. I'm going to explain this to people. Okay? It's not the idea that all police officers are bad people.
Right.
Obviously, you got good police, that love their family. They're good people. They can be good human beings.
Yep.
The reason why all cops are bastards is because if you're a cop and if you've ever arrested somebody for marijuana or drug use and fucked their life up because you were doing your quote-unquote job, you're a bastard. If you ever showed up to evict somebody and made people homeless because they couldn't pay their bills, you're a bastard.
Yeah, I will say I've been watching Live PD and like episodes of Cops clips with my girlfriend lately, like a lot. They're kind of fun to watch. And while some clips make you sympathize with the cops, a lot of it is fucked up. Like they'll bust someone who's obviously addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
And instead of realizing, and it's sad to watch, like these people obviously need help. Yeah. These cops are just so like happy that they're making this major bust and making money. Dude. Like they don't give a fuck about this person. I don't know.
Dude,
it's super fucked up.
So back in high school, I was with somebody that was up to no good.
Right.
Okay? And they pulled him over on a country road, and we were like going through the whole thing and had to get out of the car, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Everything was fine, didn't get arrested, didn't get whatever. And he comes to find out like $500 in an envelope was gone.
Yep.
That's what they do. I mean, because, dude,
that's another thing. If they see you with money at all, they're like, why do you have all this money?
It's like, meanwhile...
What the fuck is currency for?
It's to have.
Are you not allowed to have it?
No, you're poor.
Dude, the second they see you with money, they're like, we're searching you. And also the dog thing. I could go on a whole rant. You see it. Dude, they trigger the dogs. They do something. They make some noise, tap the dog, and then the dog alerts. Every time.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit scam. These dogs are not smelling things, I'd say the majority of the time.
Yeah.
And they use them as an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Because then they can rip the whole thing apart.
It's a way to get beyond someone denying you the search.
Exactly.
Now they can come in and make a
The dog smelled it.
Right. No, it fucking...
And then if you do have drugs, they're going to find it. They'll tear shit apart until they
find it. And why can you see the dog's rib bones half the time?
Yeah.
Why? Because they starve them and make them die to attack something.
And they fucking beat them. Dude, it's bad.
Yeah, look
It
into
should
the
be-
whole industry of how they
They should
train
be
these
outlawed.
fucking dogs.
They should be outlawed.
Especially the dogs the private security companies use.
Oh, my
It's fucking
God,
disgusting. I learned
I-
all
I
about
know,
that
man.
during the DAPL shit.
Did you really?
Yeah, I looked into it.
Oh, yeah, you were there when shit got pretty hectic.
Well, I didn't see it.
No, but you're
they
still-
train these dogs. Dude, they literally starve, like, attack dogs, right?
Yeah.
The ones that are meant to, like, be...
Yeah.
They starve them
Not just drug dogs, but...
and, like, rile them up until they're fucking, like... But they know not to attack the master, you know, the one in control.
Yeah, because then they're never getting fed.
But they're vicious when you unleash them because they're starving. They're literally hungry.
Yeah, and I always see, like, things about, like... This.
Where's PETA on that one?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, no shit. But dude, yeah, I see things of like this police dog was killed in action. I'm like, and they're all like pissed at the criminal, like nah, and like sheriff for this. I'm like, how about the cops that fucking use these dogs to commit crimes against humanity?
Right.
Can you imagine a dog getting sicked on you?
Well, did you see that billboard in town?
Oh yeah,
Thanking
yeah.
law enforcement.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
By law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, dude, that's in our own little town.
Iowa's done, dude. Iowa's not purple; it's red.
Yeah,
Iowa is
dude, we're
done.
living in fucked shit. The fact that that's even a billboard, and dude, I follow this page. It's called like Late Stage Capitalism or like Billboards of Late Stage Capitalism. Dude, some of the shit's so dark, dude. Like, there's this one, it's like a Bud Light fucking ad, and it's like, you just worked a 12-hour shift,
yeah.
and then it's like a fucking can of beer. It's like, or there was like another one for like Miller High Life or some liquor, and it's like, working 3 jobs, better have 3 drinks.
Well, right,
It's
because
like,
if you're in
what?
charge of marketing in this rural piece of shit town where
Yeah.
people are working the 12-hour shifts, that's the billboard you designed for that.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah.
To appeal to these fucking people whose lives suck,
Dude, yes.
who are alcoholics.
Yeah.
Your job is to find out what type of billboard to target them.
Like, dude, just stop and...
It's fucked up.
Exactly. Like, guys, like, stop and think about that for a minute. How, like, insidious that is. That's someone's job. That there's people thinking about this. Like,
But they don't think about it. And that's
No, they
they're
don't.
sitting in a nice office
Yeah.
wearing nice clothes, and they're probably good people. That's what's fucked about everything.
exactly.
It's not evil people doing the groundwork.
It's
for us.
regular people doing their job, and that's what's fucking wrong with it. Dude, I saw this image of I think it was Dachau concentration camp out front of the doors or whatever, where it says Arbeit macht frei, which means work will set you free, right? And I got a funny story about that actually. It's all these like clerks and like janitorial staff and like whatever, like regular people at the job. They're not the military. They just have a job to be there to run the camp and make sure the military barracks are clean and whatever. And they're all outside of the Dachau thing, like hugging and laughing, and like one of them has a fucking... This is just regular working class people. And seeing that really fucking hit me of like this... They could have all the soldiers in the world. They could have all the tanks. They could have fucking robot fucking cyborgs like killing motherfuckers. And those like weird dogs that they have that are robots. They could have all that all day. If you refuse to fucking take the paper or send the email that allows the shit to happen, or, you know, run the press that makes the shells for the bombs, it all stops. And that goes back to the thing. The workers own that means of production. It's like, dude, we perpetuate it. It's like, didn't you, Johnny, at one time, and I think we had this conversation years ago, didn't you work for like some plant or firm that like made one piece for one thing in the fucking
multiple
military,
pieces, but for tiny like drones and for airplanes.
for like Boeing or some shit, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we had contracts with, and it was
Like
all
for military.
for barely above minimum wage. Shit.
Yeah, so it's like there's an example of like if everybody's just like, I ain't making shit that bombs people anymore.
But there's poor people who need money, man.
That's the thing, and it all fucking feeds
Like,
into
that's
control.
why
How do people not get
when
it?
people try to unionize, the fear is, you know,
Yeah,
scabbers come in or whatever and replace it
always.
right away.
Always, man. Dude, I will never forget. And I've probably told. Sorry, guys. Too much coffee. I've told this story probably so many times on this podcast about when I was trying to organize a union at Asa Abloy Curry's here in town. It's a steel door and frame plant. I was running around. I was getting all these people. We were really starting to get people signing union cards. You have to have a certain amount of union cards in order to call a vote.
Right.
It's like 50% or something. We were getting there, and they fucking panicked, and they called in this woman who's not with Asa Abloy, doesn't it real weird about like where they said she was
union
from?
buster.
She was a professional union buster, dude.
Right.
And they had these captive audience meetings where everyone had to go in and do it. And it was some Ronald Reagan, and this is just another thing of how dumb the working class in this country, and I'm sorry, I fucking hate to say that. They watched this 1983 fucking Ronald Reagan era documentary, and then that people started coming up to me like, is that really like what it's like? And I'm like, dude, and I was like, did you see the same thing that I saw? Because that was embarrassing.
No, people don't see. We don't live the same realities, dude.
We don't.
I've seen people see fucking Joe Biden malfunction, and they do not see what I see. Like, they literally don't. People who I respect.
Are we the crazy ones?
Dude, I don't know.
Like, did
don't know,
all of our
I feel crazy sometimes.
did all of our psychotropic adventures in our youth fry our brains? Because sometimes I start to wonder, man. I feel real weird about it. Like you have moments like that where you're like, you look in the mirror and you're like, am I losing my mind? Is Joe Biden really great? And you're just like, what the fuck, dude? I can't even believe it sometimes. But yeah, Johnny, I think the other day, I guess a couple days ago now, I sent you that video of Ron Paul having a stroke.
I sent it to you.
You sent it to me?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you sent it to me, but I had seen it before on that Tyler Breen's like news feed. That was fucked up, dude. I sent that to a bunch of people, and they were all just like, "Oh my god." Let's see if we got it.
I mean,
here.
they're not saying it was a stroke. It was definitely something.
It
He's
had to
apparently
be,
fine.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him in the hospital, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm good." Did we send that in Entitled Millennials, or was that in?
Might have been personal. Just type in Ron Paul has a stroke on YouTube for.
I just want to find it in here. I'm lazy. Dude, all these fucking videos you sent me. We're gonna like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Snapchat filter videos.
Yeah, we got.
I've been having a heyday with them.
Let me play this one.
Basic economic theory dictates we fuck over the working class, help the elites, and then we get, some of the money in our back pocket for rigging the economy. It's common fucking sense. That's why I always vote Republican. How people don't understand this, I'll never know.
Nah, I look like a nerdy.
Yeah, that was so
That's
funny.
great.
Man.
I like it.
That was fucking Melvin. Yeah, I'll just look it up on YouTube because, and I might edit around this so that, stroke, so that you guys can watch it. I don't know. And here's the thing: is like I haven't seen much about it either.
No.
Which is weird.
Well, they don't give a fuck about him. He's like a Bernie.
Well, still, you'd think I'd see more about it on social media and stuff. God damn it. These fucking... Joni Ernst was really changed by
Dude, the
DC.
oversaturation.
She was...
Texas Congressman and former presidential candidate
I'll play this for you guys.
was hospitalized today after he suffered a medical condition and started slurring his words during a live stream.
Former Congressman Ron Paul suffers a major medical incident, and it was broadcast live. The 85-year-old physician was taking questions on his live streaming YouTube channel when he started slurring speech and talking gibberish.
Gibberish.
His guest was in complete shock.
Dr. Paul?
Oh, no. Dude, that's so sad.
Yeah, the guy looks so sad. He knew what he saw.
Oh, my God. That's fucked up, but apparently he's fine, man. As fine as he can be.
It literally could be medication, but that seemed like a stroke.
That was... Well, because...
Probably good if it was live, though, and not middle of the night or something.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, I saw this clip of a comedian that was, like, doing a show. I can't remember his name, and then he, like, had a stroke on stage, and the guy, like, caught him. Because the guy, like, saw it, like, his stage manager or something, and, like, ran up and caught him as he fucking collapsed.
Well, I have seen people almost be happy to see that happen to Ron Paul. And I will say, if that says something about us, we're able to disagree with people greatly. But if you're at least trying to be a statesman in the way you act, even if your policy goals suck ass, for the most part, doesn't mean that's good to see.
No.
And some people are too happy to see some shit like that.
Especially Ron Paul, because, like, yeah, he's full of shit on some stuff, but he did want to audit the Pentagon. He did want to stop the wars.
Right.
I don't have to agree with the guy to think that. I think, and, if you know something about Ron Paul, we fucking don't drop it in the comments. Because, I don't know all...
Well, no, he's not... But, dude, and also, it's his sort of economics. Maybe they would work if that was actually what was being done. That's the thing, like, even right-wingers, a lot of them are delusional and think that's what's happening economically. It's not. Like, they use the right-wing guys to just loot us, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's not a free market. Fuck you.
Yeah, man. It's not a free market at all, because if you take off all the regulations, it ends up being a giant, massive monopoly where a handful of people
have too many regulations. It's not good either.
Yeah. It's a two-way street where it can go bad. You got to find some balance.
To me, I feel like you need to not over-regulate, but definitely heavily regulate corporations and the big shit, and then take some stress off the small business owners. Like, that's obviously what needs to be done. But
this is what I always say. Certain things, there's tiers of it, okay? Mm-hmm. Certain things need to be nationalized completely. Other things need to be heavily regulated. And then some stuff you need to, like, do reverse socialism and stimulate.
Right.
So on the national level, in my view, oil, okay, large-scale banking to a degree. Now, there could be some room for some private firms, but we need to have, like, a national bank. Mm-hmm. Minerals, national, like, land. This stuff needs to be nationalized and then compartmentalized and administered at a local level. So, like, all this fucking countryside out here that's for sale, Tyson shouldn't fucking own all of it. You and I should own a piece of it and have a vote of, like, hey, this company, like, let's just say we're still doing a capitalist mode of existence. Mm-hmm. This company wants to come in and develop it and do this hog lot or this chicken thing or plant this here. Our county, our city will get X amount of profit from the thing, and they'll pay this much to their workers, and they'll get a dividend. Let's vote on it. Or at least our local government will vote on it. Yeah, I think this is great. And then our communities get a tax return investment on it. And then other things should be nationalized. Like, why the fuck isn't there a Bank of the United States? Where instead of our tax money going in and just immediately going into this fucking hole because the government spends all the money, the government gets it, and we elect people to, like, the Federal Reserve type of thing, and we elect local politicians to our local branch of the National Bank of the United States.
Why did our money used to say it was redeemable for a silver dollar when it was a dollar? And why does it now say it's just a Federal Reserve note?
Because it ain't real at all. And it's like, so in national banking system is all of our tax money goes in, and then the government can reinvest it and earn a profit. And I think I talked about this before. That's an amazing way to pay down the fucking national debt. We should just fucking cancel it because it's all bullshit. Who fucking owns that debt anyway? It's owned by giant banks that are fucking vampires. But, national banking system, all the tax revenue comes in. The government reinvestment. Oh, you want to buy a house? You can get a fucking loan for 5% from the federal government, and that pays back, and you turn a profit on those tax dollars rather than just going into this fucking bottomless pit. But that makes too much sense.
It's not meant to make sense.
Well, and that's what all these coups and shit are that happen in, like, South America and around the world. Oh, like, one of the big ones, several of the big ones that happen in South America is you got leaders that were like, we're going to nationalize the fruit fields. And all the money that's made from selling the fruit from the giant fruit shipping companies, the government will make a profit, and we'll use that for housing and education. And no. You guys think you have sovereignty? Here's a crate full of AK-47s in this fucking with some bananas on top. So make shit happen. It's the same thing. So, but anyway, Johnny, I think we did about an hour. I don't know if you want to write it down here or if you got something else you want to bring up. We're going to be watching those debates. We'll probably do an episode covering those, what we saw, what we didn't see, what we'd like to see.
You would just like to think there's a global awakening happening because of the internet, especially.
Yeah.
Where we're becoming more one and realizing we need to, like, unite as a planet to, like, do something bigger.
Sure.
But we have these cocksuckers. It makes me almost believe in lizard people. That's all I gotta say. It does. There's such a grand plot to stop us from doing anything that benefits the common man. Yeah. God damn. It's only getting worse.
I know.
As we awaken, it gets worse.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the same thing of when the communists started to come around and the workers, socialists, and IWW, whatever, started to come around at the turn of the 20th century. That was because the proletariat was becoming bigger. there's more industrialized workers that had a stake in owning the means of production. And I've said this before, that was the first step. But what we lacked is that, first off, the proletariat wasn't large enough, because you had China and India and Africa, all these countries that they had no proletariat. They still had a peasantry and like slaves, essentially. I do think we're coming to an awakening. More and more people are unplugging every day. We still have dummies. We still got people that love Biden, obviously. But as the proletariat around the world grows, and in China, as India develops, especially in Africa as it develops, I see this in my leftist groups. More and more people with crazy sounding names from somewhere in Africa or China or whatever have you, Southeast Asia, they're becoming proletariats, and they're waking up to this idea of being working class in consciousness. And now with the internet, we're going to have some struggles. But I do think as more people join the proletariat, we're going to have a better vision and more manpower to make a better world, and maybe even a world government that worked for working class happen.
And that's why we're going to shut the internet down slowly.
Slow.
Transfer it over to a control base.
Okay.
Going to make all the streaming services split up. So essentially everyone has to buy all the streaming services, same as cable. And we're going to shut it down. We're going to shut it down. That's the money, though, and it's probably going to happen.
Sounds like a good plan, John Boy. Let's make it happen.
Positive ending to the podcast.
Yeah, send that one. We got to write that down in an email. Get that to George Soros right away. All right, guys, it's been nice hanging out with you for the 44th episode of the Entitled Millennials. We love you all. Debate night is tonight. I hope you guys are watching it. We'll do an episode covering that next week. And when that drops, drop some comments and we'll have some discussions. And if you want to be a bigger part of this discussion, become a patron, $3 patron. You can join the exclusive Discord channel and talk with Johnny and I all day. We'll definitely be talking some shit, maybe even do some live updates with the debate and further debates. I'm hoping we'll get more than one. So become a patron, join that Discord community, and help this channel grow. As always, guys, it's been nice hanging out with you, and we'll see you next week, all right? Bye.
Stars will line up, I'm taking the divine to spend a little time at mine.